Hi. How's your day been? Hi, buddy. Hi. Oh, missed you. Yes. I just checked on the yarrow and the lemon balm planters and added some mosquito bits into the soil, which will help with the fungus gnats that grow and lay eggs in the soil. I'm gonna get some quick footage of them, but isn't this funny? I mean, it's early December and I still got a black-eyed Susan that's bloomed here. That's a black-eyed Susan in that pot there. Not bloomed, but still alive. And then these guys, still bloomed. I mean, obviously looking rough, but I think these are biennial plants. That's another one down there, so I think they're gonna overwinter out here. I didn't really give any extra effort there, so I'm pretty stoked about that. Yeah, so there's the yarrow. Looking rough, but these plants got well established, and I have no doubt that they're going to come back with a vengeance in the spring. Same with this lemon balm. The foliage looks rough, but it's established in this large planter box, and yeah, I have no doubt it's going to come back with a vengeance in the summer. So yes, I think things are working out over here as planned, which is great. Yeah, so everything was looking really great up until January when we got this crazy winter storm that basically put a coating of ice on everything. There were widespread power outages and trees were broken. So many trees came down, power lines came down. It was a disaster. Um, and the south side of the house got hit pretty hard. I didn't know what was going to make it and what wasn't. And I do have some footage of the plants after the storm. You'll see they're looking pretty rough. In early February, I had clipped off a piece of catnip. I was just pruning, and I had put it on the ground, and lo and behold, Bobo got a hold of it. And this cat has never shown any interest in catnip, even when it was flowering, all during the summer. But for some reason, this day, he just got blissed out. He, as you can see, was just licking his paw and smearing it on his face, and he was rolling around with it and acting goofy. It was very funny. Okay, today is Saturday, April the 13th. I just wanted to get some footage of what I have going on. Spring has sprung. Over here are some bulbs. This was a birthday gift from my mom, and this is just some of them. And all of these containers have matching colored pots, so when they're ready to bloom, I'm going to put them on the front porch, and that'll look really nice. But for right now, I'm keeping them in the sunshine back here because the porch is a little shaded right now. Starting with the first round of seed starting. We've got some cherry tomatoes. I went with the same variety that I did the last 2 years, Mexican Midget. They really are a delicious cherry tomato. And I've been saving seeds, so these are all sprouted from my very own seeds. We've got lots of lettuce. This variety is called Salad Bowl. There's a lot more of it over here with butterhead lettuce right along here. More salad bowls. That whole back row is lacinato kale, otherwise known as dino kale. There's another lettuce. We've got some Jimmy Nardello peppers coming up here. Parsley, grown from my very own seed. We've got yarrow, Queen Charisse, which is a pink variety. These are bullnose peppers, and these are California Wonders. More pink yarrow. And last but not least, a couple cannabis plants. Everything here was started March 24th, so they're about 20 days old, and I've only brought them out temporarily. I've been keeping these under the lights in our basement, but I'm actually in the process of making room in the garage for the lights and for the seedlings. I think it's warm enough now that's feasible. I moved this greenhouse from the garage just now out here. It'll get much better light, and it's been warm enough, so the plants at this point just really need sunlight. So they're looking pretty rough. All of the plants over here are the ones that I overwintered. We've got spearmint and spearmint. I'm about to give them a big haircut to get rid of some of this length. And then I'm going to put a tomato cage on the top of each pot, and hopefully they'll burst into action and bush out for me. But I'm going to let them grow vertical. I think that will look cool. Lemon balms. These little pots I did not expect to survive the winter, and they did. And not just that, but they're starting to grow, which is really incredible. Just the other day I took one of these and up-potted it right here, and it's grown quite a bit since then, and I can't believe this plant is like looking pretty good. Now it's a little crooked because it was in the garage, but now that it's outside here, hopefully everything straightens up. But yeah, I love lemon balm. I love it, so it's good to have a lot of it. I think we lost the thyme plant there, although you never know. It had green leaves throughout the whole winter. This is a new development. Could be root rot, lack of sun. Yeah, so many things. These plants are on complete life support. Aphids for sure attacked the tops, but I'm not sure if something's in the roots. It could just be root rot, because everything is just dying. In fact, I lost one down there, I think. Unless the roots are still good. I did just up-pot this one. Actually, I down-potted. Can you believe I'm saying that? I down-potted that, because I think the mistake I made is that these pots that I planted into for the winter were just so huge, and when you water them, they don't get rid of that water, so they just might be too wet and cold. I mean, when I dig down a little bit, it is cold and damp, so could just be root rot. Anyway, I'm hoping they survive and come back to life for me. but it's a big question mark right now. This is a garden cart that I just splurged on. I will say I got it on sale, so it was the same price as a radio flyer would have been, because I initially was thinking, oh, I just need a wagon like when I was a kid. That'll be fine. But this is a lot bigger, and the sides drop down for more space. You can use it as like a flatbed, so it's pretty cool. I even went with the one that has solid tires, so I'll never get a flat, so that's cool. Thinking of moving this back over here and putting the lights up for the seedlings, so that is in the works. Okay, I'll merge in some footage of the back corner that I took earlier in just a moment. Here are some daffodils coming up. These are some more of the bulbs that my mom got me. I got a late start on them all. I didn't plant them in the ground until February, so they're gonna bloom at a weird time this year. I wanted to document the compost pile. There's two piles. There's this one here, that one over there. That's all the potting soil from all the containers that I dumped out between like last summer, fall, winter. That's all separate. But this is actually compost that I made. It's probably a few years old at this point, and it's not very much. It's a nice sized pile. Hard to give it scale. Let me put my foot here. It sort of gives it scale. But it's just great organic matter. I only used light and fluffy leaves, like grass clippings. If I ever put anything in here, I did try to cut it small. So it's not 100% broken down, but it's definitely usable. And I think finally, after years of waiting, I'm going to go ahead and top dress my garden beds with it this year. And that will really help the clay soil, and it'll help the plants. So another thing I'm very excited about is mulching with leaves this year. As you can see, it's just leaves. Leaves instead of mud, and that has really helped. And it will also help this ground build up some natural dirt. It was starting to look really barren and eroding a bit, so that's great. Down here you can see all the foxgloves. Those are the only ones that made it. When we went into the wintertime, this whole corner of this box was just totally exploding with foxgloves. And yeah, between I think the slugs did most of them in. It was just infested with slugs, but a couple of them have made it, so that's really cool. And the roses are just starting to put on their buds. And I didn't get a chance to clean it up this year, but I think it's actually looking naturally very nice. So I got very lucky, but it's going to need to be cleaned up in another year for sure. It's getting a little crazy. The hard thing is that they're so prickly. The thorns are really vicious. I've gotten some bad cuts from them, so it's hard working with them, but well worth the effort. I'm about to plant some lettuce out at some point in this container here. I have lettuce and kale, and I actually need more containers to contain it all. Some of the chamomile that self-seeded last autumn has been growing throughout the winter. This one got hit with some sort of a pest, so it's yellowing a little bit, but I think I caught it in time. We'll see. Definitely doesn't look as good as that patch down there. And that's another foxglove that self-seeded. There's more chamomile down in the corner. But this is ready to be planted. Well, it needs a little bit of love first, but not too bad. There's the dreaded bluebells that everyone in Portland swears are the devil, but, you know, they go dormant by the time I need to be walking back there, so it doesn't bother me. I did just dig 2 of them out of the path here, which didn't make any sense. But these I quite like. How pretty is that? So yeah, these are invasive here, I guess, but Like I said, they go dormant, so eventually this will all just die back and it'll look like nothing is here for the majority of the summer. So in the springtime, when there's no color back here, I'd rather have this than nothing. So I do. And a little bit of cleanup. My washing water's in there, and I've got some pots to clean up here. Been keeping our bamboo up off the ground. And then all the potting soil from dumped out plants last autumn, I put in here. And so I'll find a use for that soil somewhere, I'm sure. The south side garden is looking great. It's amazing how things have rebounded. You wouldn't know it would look this good when that ice storm came through. But yeah, the yellow yarrow is right here, starting to come back to life. Even my rosemary made it. That was a clipping. Those are the Shasta daisies here. Here as well. These are all black-eyed Susans coming back, which is so surprising. Oh, hi, sweetums. You stay there, buddy. And then down here is a black-eyed Susan. And then here is our white yarrow. Oh, it's looking great. It's coming back with full vengeance. And the lemon balm also. And I actually need to move this. I think it's getting too much sun here. I only meant to keep it here for the winter to keep it protected. So I will probably keep this here. But yes, the experiment worked. I kept it covered, both of these planters, covered with plastic for the majority of the winter to keep all the torrential rains off of them, and I think it really helped. That's the neighbor's cat. That's a good spot. So yes. Our tulips are almost finished. They're running their course. Okay. Over and out for now.